All right. Thank you, everybody. No shortage of thank yous today, I guess. So we'll thank Hilton Doubletree. We haven't thanked them yet. Great meal. Thank you very much. Obviously, thank you, everyone, for coming. The tickets are non-refundable. I just want to mention that before we get into this. I can't believe anybody bought these, but we're here. We're going to do this. Mr. Fred Kingsmill is here. Nobody told me he was coming. Like a godfather in retail is here with us today, and you got me speaking about retail, really. Any questions, direct them to Mr. Kingsmill, please. So for more than 60 years, is this thing working? Cadillac Fairview has been dedicated to helping build communities across Canada. Over that time, we've seen a lot of change. We've seen Canada open its doors to some huge international retailers. We've seen the fall of some storied Canadian retailers. We've seen the rise of other, local heroes and homegrown champions, Lululemon, Aritzia, just some really recent great news stories. We've watched technology and the internet change the rules of retail forever, forever altering customer expectations. At Cadillac Fairview, we're proud to have remained on the forefront of all this change. We've ridden through the highs of the booms. We've weathered the depths of recessions. Through it all, we've learned, we've grown, and we've come out on the other side thriving. We're doing a great job right now. So it goes without saying that in the retail industry, it's quite different than it was in 1985 when we built CF Masonville Place. The role of the mall has changed dramatically, and just to completely contradict myself early in the speech, I would say the role of the mall has not changed at all. So go anywhere you want with that one. Certainly what has changed is the way we think about commerce. Every day there's a new mobile app coming out. There's a new digital innovation. There's potential for disruption in retail with every innovation that comes out. And kids are getting younger and younger developing these things. There's kids in grade school writing apps right now. So who knows what the next big thing is. While change may prove a challenge for some, in reality, it provides new opportunities for retailers and new opportunities and a chance for new experiences for customers. Visiting a shopping center today means something different than it did in the past, but the bottom line is consumer expectations are changing, and it's up to the retailers to keep up and exceed those expectations. The internet has erased the borders of retail. Mobile phones have caused a generation of shoppers who use the stores as showrooms now. They compare price, they compare quality, they go home and they order online. Consumers expect to enjoy a complete experience, from world-class retailers to great dining options, all the technological bells and whistles, from touch screens to hands-free to free Wi-Fi. And our customers tell us what's worse than no Wi-Fi is bad Wi-Fi. So it needs to be quality Wi-Fi. At Cadillac Fairview and CF Masonville Place, we believe in the constant evolution of the bricks and mortar shopping experience. That surviving in the digital age of retail means innovating and adapting to exceed these customer and retailer expectations in order to attract international and first-to-market brands that delight our customers. It's working. This is good. Technology. It's on our side. Today I'd like to talk to you about how we're changing the face of retail at Cadillac Fairview. Our PR firm who sits up here has created these three relatively vague buckets, put some nice buzzwords in them, so I'll try and fill these with some real meat and we'll go through them all. So the three pillars are really relentless investment in development, a commitment to reimagining the customer experience, and a never-ending drive to rewrite the retail playbook. So at the core of this strategy is our company's drive to connect directly with shoppers, to redefine the retail experience, and embrace the changes in the shopping behavior of Canadians. At Cadillac Fairview, we really believe you can't stand still. We owe it to our customers to be constantly reinventing ourselves and to always be on the lookout for new experiences and willing to grow and evolve to meet the needs of our shoppers and our retail clients. That's why at Cadillac Fairview, we believe in relentless investment and in development. Our centers are a living testament to our brand, to our ideals, and we're committed to never being satisfied with just being good enough. So currently, Cadillac Fairview's Canadian portfolio is worth around $29 billion in real estate assets. That kind of portfolio is what's earned us unmatched track record for developing, owning, and operating some of the most iconic landmark properties across this country. And as a leader in the retail sector, we own and operate 12 of the top 20 best performing malls in the country, and that's on a sales per square foot basis. I'm very happy to say that this year, I think it was the first year ever, CF Masonville made that list, and we made it at number 17. At the time, we were doing $850 a foot. May sales cracked the 900 mark for us. So onward and upward, doing some great things in Little London that we can be really proud of here. Since 2012, Cadillac Fairview has committed more than $4 billion in our development pipeline. So this is expanding, this is developing, this is revitalizing our portfolio, including retail and office properties. Of that, $77 million has been allocated, earmarked out to Masonville to help revitalize there. There'll be more coming. We got a little target problem we're dealing with. We'll talk about it later. So we consistently aspire to deliver superior customer experience. We know that every time a customer steps through our doors, it's an opportunity to create a lasting impression and an experience that will color the opinion not only of the center, but possibly of our company for the rest of their lives. Cadillac Fairview has a deep understanding of the Canadian shopper and what they expect in terms of merchandise mix, dining options, and overall retail experience. We also partner with other best-in-class developers across the Americas. We've got shares with Macerich in the States and Multiplan in Brazil, some other massive developers. The benefit of being part of this big organization that stretches from coast to coast is we engage in collective innovation. We share best practices across the company, across the country, and we learn from one another to deliver superior experiences. Is that my time up? On the right page. So that's the reason behind our rebranding strategy. It's I don't know if it's been subtle. It might have been subtle. Everybody shops in malls. They probably don't know who owns them. They probably don't care who owns them. Who grew up in London? So we probably called it Masonville or Masonville Mall. Some of you might have called it Masonville Place. We've officially rebranded it as CF Masonville Place. I grew up in Hamilton, so I always went to Lime Ridge. Okay. So by putting the two small letters in front of each of our properties, it's a way of CF to make a pledge to every customer who comes through our doors. Let them know the full weight and experience of Cadillac Fairview is behind that property. We ensure great experiences. We're ensuring one-of-a-kind retail opportunities. It's kind of our seal of approval on the properties we own. It's something that lets consumers know what they can expect while creating a direct connection with our shoppers. This is why we have a distinct advantage in bricks and mortar. No other property chain has the kind of reach or expertise or capacity for innovation like Cadillac Fairview. It's how we're able to attract global brands like Saks, Nordstrom, recently Uniqlo from Japan. It's why when top brands like Apple or Lululemon decide to step foot into London and expand their footprint, they choose CF Masonville Place. We're also in this for the long haul. We're thinking long term in this. We're well positioned to anticipate and react to trends, shifts in consumer expectations. We commit to our commitment to our community means rooting ourselves in strategy and sustainable practices. Sustainable thinking is part of our DNA. It influences how we design new products, how we redevelop existing properties, and how we run our day-to-day operations. We focus on sustainability not only to differentiate ourselves from the marketplace and our competition, but ensure that our reputation stays where it is, and we provide value to our clients and to build stronger communities. At Cadillac Fairview, our sustainability program has been, it's had shout-outs throughout the industry since 2008 called Green at Work. It was developed in-house. It's helped us apply leading global sustainability practices equally across our portfolio to enhance our asset values, reduce our environmental impact, and in a lot of cases reduce our operating costs. Since the program's inception, we've achieved BOMA Best certification at minimum across all of our properties. In the first 5 years, we reduced our energy usage across the portfolio by 16%. We reduced our water consumption by 28%, and we achieved 70% waste diversion on national level. So put it into the terms, enough electricity to power 8,912 homes for a year. enough water to fill 300 Olympic swimming pools, and that's 169,000 tons of garbage that was diverted from landfills into recycling and reuse facilities. So that's real substantial change, and we're a very big part of that here in London, and we've done our part. There are many property managers out there who are afraid of change, who fear the unknown, and who take a wait-and-see approach. At Cadillac Fairview, as I said, we believe if you're not moving forward, you're standing still. If you're standing still, you're probably falling behind. We have the best portfolio of retail properties in Canada today, and we know the only way to maintain the reputation is by a relentless investment in redevelopment. So I know what you're all thinking. This is written, I'm going to read now. I know what you're all thinking. That's well and good for Cadillac Fairview, but what does all this development money mean to Canadian shoppers? I'm just thinking about that, and you may not be thinking that at all. You may be thinking I want dessert, or what's this guy talking about? So what it means is Cadillac Fairview is dedicated to reimagining the retail experience for Canadians. Ongoing investment and a commitment to providing premium shopping experience at each of our properties means that shoppers are going to be able to shop at retailers they never thought they'd be able to have access to, enjoy meals and exclusive dining options. Doesn't mean high-end dining options, it's just exclusive. They have the amenities, innovative features at their fingertips that they never would have dreamed. What's more is we're accomplishing this by connecting directly with shoppers to embrace the ways that they want to experience our properties. So at Cadillac Fairview, one of our core values and a thing we say a lot is that we want our clients and their guests to choose us first. So on a national scale, that means that when a Saks or Nordstrom want to enter Canada, we want to be the developer of choice that they want to partner with. Because they know that aligning their brand with a CF property, they will be able to have the best possible experiences for their customers. It's consistently driving forward and being recognized as a standard of excellence in our marketplace. When Blake Nordstrom, grandson of the Nordstrom family, who's now running Nordstrom's, his team, they decided they're going to enter Canada. They did it very methodically. They chose only 6 locations across the whole country. 5 of them were CF properties, and that's how we measure success in our company. On a local level, while it's still about being the location of choice for any top-tier retailer, the rules of retail are somewhat different in a smaller market, even one that's enjoying the growth of London, still considered smaller on the global scale. You get a top-tier retailer like Apple, Zara, Aritzia, Lululemon, Michael Kors, Browns, or Disney. They're looking to expand their footprint. They may be coming into the region, and they're only looking for one spot. Like that's, if you can get them, they're going to have one. And that's where our commitment to the redevelopment and our focus on the customer experiences, top to bottom, become our competitive advantage. All of those brands I just mentioned chose CF Masonville Place as their place in Southwest Ontario. So I'm very proud of that, and that's what makes us, as by attracting these differentiators, the top mall in London. So in order to attract them, we have to create the kind of center they want to be part of, one that's focused on its customers, on innovation, and being part of the community. I remember the Zara deal. It literally took 2 years. We had 3 separate tours. The first was the Canadian real estate arm, the real estate president. It was a no-go. The market was too casual, market was too small. We pulled some strings. We had New York and Canada come back and see us. We had New York on the fence. I could see we had something going. Finally, they reached out Inditex. They go to the execs in Spain, fly them into London. We tour them through. It was me. I was selling them hard. I was sweating. I was dying. I'm wearing my Zara suit right now. This is the suit I was wearing. We had our plans out. We had our budgets out. We had our schedules out. We had our floor. We're showing them what the finish look's going to be. And they were good with that. The mall was going to look good. It was a Cadillac Fairview property. He knew that. So where do Londoners go to eat? What do you mean, where do they go to eat? Where do your shoppers go to eat? And said, well, we're expanding our dining options, and here's the best restaurants in town, and what do they do for entertainment? Where do they work? When they dress up, where do they go? And they were very interested in what our customers do and what the community is doing. So it took 3 tours, it took 2 years. We got the Zara deal. It's the first time they've done what they would consider a secondary market. And in Canada, of all places, a huge win. Super proud of it. I think all London should be as well. It's a tip of the hat from a great global retailer that they're gonna play in our sandbox here. So it's great news. So on a local level, I've already done that one, slow down, there we go. So the retail industry is no longer about simple leasing agreement between a retailer or a tenant and a landlord. Our brands are dependent on one another for survival and for success. As I said earlier, we've recently rebranded all of our properties with the CF prefix, and the seal of approval is designed to let customers know, and equally it's designed to let our clients know that we're making a commitment to them about the level of finishes and the level of respect and partnership that we're going to offer them. The reality is the game has changed. We're facing competition like never before. It used to be that if you're a mall and there was another mall in town, you knew who they were, you knew who they had, and it was pretty simple. You're trading customers. But today, as I mentioned earlier, the internet has erased the borders of retail. For many Canadians, the local shopping mall probably isn't their first choice. If you're bored right now, I would encourage you to get on your phone. You can probably go shopping. Fill your boots. You can buy anything you want. I was testing it last night. I was going to say, okay, the first person to find me a hairless dwarf Sphinx cat, and it's available online right now. I kid you not. I'll give you a shop card. I didn't do that, but you can go get a hairless Sphinx dwarf cat online right now. Unbelievable, from your phone. I tested it. So according to Stats Canada, in 2010, I don't know why I picked a hairless, I don't know why. Don't read into it. In 2010, Canadians placed 114 million orders while shopping online. It equated to about $15.3 billion in sales. The top categories in that were travel and accommodations, entertainment and tickets, and books and news. So the good news is some of those don't play in the mall as much. We know the percentage is going to continue to grow. I mean, this was only 3%, and we're already screaming the sky is falling in retail. So what happens when, it's not a matter of if, it's when, this goes to 10%, 25%, what if this goes to 50% online shopping? You know, we need to prepare ourselves in advance of that and reimagine what the customer experience looks like in that virtual world. Canada Post said last year that 76% of Canadian households are shopping online. Shoppers are coming to our malls, researching products, and ordering them online. It's a process that we've come to know as showrooming. So the retailers still need that bricks and mortar, they just don't need as many. Many of the shoppers aren't even going home. They're buying them right from their phone. Or in most cases, as the retailers are getting smarter, they're buying with the help of the associate online. Retailers are embracing the omni-channel model. They're integrating online, in-store, distribution, delivery, service, and as landlords, we need to start to do the same. To embrace the shift, Cadillac Fairview is elevating the shopping experience for London and to each of its other locations. We're renovating all across the country. By modernizing our malls with elegant interior upgrades, bringing a roster of first-to-market retailers, and bringing enhanced dining options, we're still that place that customer wants to go. It's about providing a premium shopping experience. It's about providing a new definition to the cultural meaning of going to the mall. So far I've been throwing some numbers, some plans. The truth is the real change takes place at the ground, at the shopping malls, where the center of the communities. These are real people working and shopping. CF Masonville Place, we're transforming the malls the city knows and loves to deliver the next generation experience today. I'm proud to say that CF Masonville Place of tomorrow is unlike anything London's ever seen. This is, I think, where London grows up. At CF Masonville Place, we're proud of the work we've done to help the community as we've watched the city grow with us. Since we first opened our doors 31 years ago, much of the area was farmland. There was no density. Now we're surrounded by a thriving metropolis on the rise. Just looking directly to our lands, directly adjacent, we've got the newly renovated Loblaws. They did a great job there. New Farm Boy came into town. They're right across the street. There's a expanding retail happening. There's a big development going on. It's a mixed-use office retail with medium-density residential going up as well. Of course, home to the Memorial Cup champions, London Knights. I had to plug the Knights. So our first phase, 1985, was about building the core of the center. It was evolutionary at the time. It was London's first multi-level shopping center. It was anchored by Eaton, Sears, and Loblaws. And the vision for CF Masonville Place was about understanding the need for that underserved north end of a sprawling city. In 1991, we finished our Phase 2 exterior loop. We added another anchor with Zellers. And 1991 was also the birth year of the infamous Lynx golf course, for those who remember it. The Lynx only survived about 7 years before it was tore down and replaced with leasable space as we got wise to the value of that property. A buck around doesn't pay for the rents in place, I'll tell you that much. And along that time, we swapped the Loblaws for the current Silver City. The addition of the movie theater helps in a lot of ways too. It adds traffic during non-peak times. It adds that experience piece that you can't necessarily replicate online. So it positioned us quite well. As I said off the top, we're community builders, and we believe that the responsibility to be the kind of shopping center our community can be proud of. We want this to be the place where you come to buy your child's first bike, or you shop for that perfect prom dress, or just come to enjoy a meal with your parents, your mom. We're part of this community. We want to be part of the lives of London's 381,000 residents. We have around 1,600 employees that work in the mall, making us one of the largest sources of employment in the city, especially for students. They make over 30% of our customers. So Western has always proven to be a great neighbor to have. We know that we're part of the lives of Londoners. Our dwell time, one of our measures, is 95 minutes. It's higher than the entire portfolio. I think we average around 80 minutes. So what that tells us is our customers are coming to CF Masonville Place more than just shopping. They're coming for that experience. They're coming to stay. They're coming to look around. They're coming to have that feeling. So part of our commitment to rewriting the retail playbook is about not being shackled by the ideas of the past. As recently as a few years ago, it was common knowledge that in the retail world, you had to be anchored. You need to have anchor tenants. I wore an anchor tie today. This is my cue right here. So usually multiple anchors. As I said, we started out with Eaton's, Sears, we had Zellers, we had Loblaws. That's all changed. Just 2.5 years ago, we had 3 anchor stores, and now we have just one. We have our single level bay store. It's not even a full line bay, so even calling that a department store is a little bit of a stretch. So it's about having first to market retail additions, diverse offerings, and international brands that people can't find elsewhere or have to drive great distances to find elsewhere. So it's part of the reason a few years ago we paid millions of dollars to buy back that Sears space. It was part of a broader push to reclaim the Sears retail space across some key properties in the CF portfolio. We made a big bet at that time that Sears didn't have a future in our A malls. They took a lot of space, they were unproductive, and they were on a downward turn. I worked with them for 12 years. It's sad to say they were a great, had a lot of great Canadian roots and a lot of great time in Canada, but they're definitely on their way out, and we saw that ahead of the game. Buying back that space would give us a strategic leasing advantage. If all the Sears came back, we'd be dealing with 140 anchors across the country that everybody would be scrambling to fill, and there's just not enough people to do it. So what I would suggest that these pictures are what you'll see in 5 months at CF Masonville Place. That's the upper level of the Sears store, as you once knew it. That will anchor Zara, H&M, and the Keg, along with Atmosphere, the upper level of the Sport Check. I would suggest to say that will be some of the most productive retail in London in just 5 to 6 months from now. So I think we've done a great job of making that bet and making that investment. So most recently we've been involved with the City of London on both the London Plan and more specifically the SHIFT initiative for the city's first bus rapid transit system. The city has identified CF Masonville Place as the site that would most likely anchor the north as their transit village, is what they've coined it. The city's vision for this mixed-use urban neighborhood would be providing not only connection to downtown, but a dense and extensive retail and commercial sector with beautifully designed spaces and great residential. We're proud to align ourselves with this type of progressive thinking and to be involved in an early stage with the city on this one. Our commitment to the community includes supporting great causes that are important to people of this community. 2015, our national, I practice this forever, our National Charitable Donations Committee presented the London Children's Health Foundation with a check for $25,000. It helped purchase new equipment for the neonatal ICU. This year again, I worked with Penny Harmon. We made an additional donation of $20,000. This one went to the Thames Valley Children's Center to help out with their disability awareness, participation, educational services programs. And this is only the latest gift in our ongoing support of the hospital, which also includes the former Masonville Place clock tower, which you may have seen in the hospital's atrium there. So with the backing of Cadillac Fairview, we're dedicated to continuing the push to push the boundaries for retail for our customers and our retailers. We're committed to rewriting the playbook for retail in this city. It's almost done, guys. Hold on. So I began talking to you today about how Cadillac Fairview, we see ourselves as community builders. We don't take this responsibility lightly. On a personal note, it's very humbling to be part of this redevelopment. We're going to really forever alter the look and feel of iconic shopping center with over 30 years of history in this great city. It weighs very heavy to know that what we're doing today will be in place for decades and shape opinions and views of bricks and mortar shopping for generations to come. The gravity of this is certainly not lost with me, but I am very confident that what we're doing today is going to be a resounding success because of the team we've assembled for the project and because of the cumulative expertise and experience in this company. So at Cadillac Fairview, we're changing the face of retail for communities across the country. Our core focus of connecting directly with shoppers to redefine the retail experience and to embrace the changes in the shopping behavior of Canadians. This underscores everything we do, and we'll continue to do this to drive our business forward. London is known as the Forest City, and the roots of CF Masonville Place run deep here. North might TM that, so just don't write that one down. Through relentless investment in development, a commitment to reimagining the customer experience, and a never-ending drive to rewrite the retail playbook, we're dedicated to changing the face of retail in the city. And that's all I've got for you.